Hey, what's up guys? We are back again with an extremely easy to play giant graveyard deck in Clash Royale. As soon as your opponent overcommits once, you defend with elite barbarians and you get great counter push. You can drop a giant graveyard at the river and destroy their answers to the graveyard if they're going to be bait cards like minions or goblin gang or any distractions with the arrows and the snowball. Also, if your opponent gets a wise idea of spamming opposite lane while you giant graveyard, you're able to defend minimally with only investing 2 or 3 elixir with the bats and the skeleton army. The juicy positive elixir trades no matter how you look at it. So let's go jump straight to some games and assert dominance. And a massive thank you to everyone that's using code SIRTAG. All the money goes directly back into the channel, making this channel possible and the videos better every single day. All right, we got a Goku here. Dude, we're gonna go Super Saiyan on you with the giant graveyard. Your body isn't ready.
Are you sure about that?
Most people, when they see a giant snowball get cycled, they're gonna cycle their small spells. They're gonna be like, oh, it's okay. I can drop a log. I can go in for arrows. And then if they do that, and then they go into a skeleton army or bats, they're gonna be very upset. Well, anyway, I think we're playing against a Pekka player because we see Royal Ghost, we see Magic Archer, we see Battle Ram. What else could it be? So you already know that my favorite tactic against any Pekka player is to make sure that their zap is out of cycle and get infinite value with the skeleton army. But another thing that we can do is the Magic Archer isn't going to be in cycle for a bit, so maybe we giant graveyard and protect the Musketeer.
I got you, fam!
So if he's got Fireball, which most people have in the meta to deal with all the Mother Witches and also all of the people that are packing Royal Pigs, he has no answer to the graveyard, so he has to zap. And that's what we were looking for, because now you're going to see the value with the skeleton army, guys. We basically took out the entire tower. That's insane. That's ridiculous. Isn't that unfair? Isn't that a little bit unfair, guys?
That's unfair.
It's incredibly unfair.
So we're going to see if he poisons at the river. If he doesn't, we just skeleton army. So we tried to separate out the bats so he wouldn't be able to poison everything at once, because if we dropped everything near our tower, that would have been the freest poison of his life. I guess he just doesn't have poison. He likely has Fireball. And if you want to keep spamming enemy with Royal Ghost, you're not going to break through. This game is pretty much already won. The dude has spammed wows, and he doesn't even know what to do anymore. This was at 6 or 7 wins in a grand challenge, and it was so easy.
Fine. I'll do it myself.
Avengers!
Assemble.
No.
Bye. Yeah, so he really wasn't able to touch either of our towers, and we took 2 of his. GG, well played, and peace out, buddy. It was a pleasure playing against you. And now we are 7-0 in this grand challenge, which is pretty ridiculous, and it feels phenomenal. Let's keep cruising up. Hey, so jumping into this one, you guys already know if we have small spells, that is the first thing that I'm going to cycle. But unfortunately, we have to cycle our bats, and we'll see what's up.
Why? Why me?
The bad thing about cycling bats and skeleton army is if your opponent's got Mother Witch and you cycle those at the start, they get free piggies if they drop their Mother Witch at the river. That's one of those things that I am always careful about. He's dropping Miner. Miner and guards. Probably going to be a Lava Hound deck if I had to guess. But the guards are out of cycle. That means one good thing is about to happen for us. Elite Barbarian spam for the win, baby. So I'm going to e-barbs a little bit further back so then I can generate enough elixir to go in for a graveyard with them as they cross. And it's definitely going to be Lava Hound deck as we anticipated, but no guards in cycle means that... How'd you get back to guards? What? What? I'm looking like a fool right now, guys. But the guards are out of cycle. That means one good thing is about to happen for us. I'm shook. This man has the fastest Speedy Gonzalez card cycle that I've ever seen in my life. You know what, dude? Credit where credit is due. I truly did not expect you to do that. I underestimated the power of your cycle. So, you know what? Well played, dude. Seriously. You got back to guards. I thought my elite barbarians were going to ransack your tower and tear it to pieces, but you played that really well. So, the thing is, man's got Targaryen in his clan name, so you already know he's the lover of dragons. We're got a Musketeer here. And I truly believe that he'll either go for like an Inferno Dragon or a Baby Dragon or something behind that. If you want to go in for a Miner, we can easily captivate that with Elite Barbarians. We're able to like 2-tap it basically. You're going to clone. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is way more scary. I need to arrow pretty much immediately as soon as we pop the Lava Hounds. And then we should be able to finish it off. No, I didn't time it perfectly. This is so bad. This is tragic. If I had hit the arrows on top of all the lava pups, we wouldn't have taken any damage there, guys. But I missed a few of them. And as a result, we are in a very dire circumstance. So 2 things went wrong there. Number 1, I expected him to not have guards. Then he had guards.
Bazinga.
And then I was like, oh, these arrows are going to clean everything up. And then it didn't go my way. It's bound to have karma go back in our favor eventually, right? You just got to keep trying, and then eventually it's going to work out. All right, I'm going to go in for a giant, same lane. Maybe we can follow up with bats depending on what goes down here. I really think that the musketeer is not going to get targeted immediately, which is really important for me. And then if he gives me arrows, we'll snag it. He's not able to hit everything. That's great. Snowball is going to be able to finish off those. Then we go in for a skeleton army to clean everything up with the musketeer tanking. Not really what we want, but at least like the second musketeer is not tanking for anything. The guards are out of cycle, so that's what we needed. Now we can go and generate a massive play with elite barbarians and a giant in the right-hand side. So we can arrow and we can snowball that away. I just need to be able to get a snowball on top of the skeleton dragons. If the e-barbs lock onto the tower, I'm pretty confident that we walk away with a win. But the e-barbs did not lock onto the tower. Oh my goodness. Why is this game so ridiculously close? All right, so he probably goes in for a miner. So for that reason, we giant at the river. We save our skeleton army for the miner, and we're going to go for a graveyard immediately. I don't have elixir for a miner counter, but he's not minering. He's trying to defend this. What is he doing? Let's go. I think we got this on lock. You can't defend giant graveyard. We are undeniable out here. The snowball comes through, and arrow snowball cleans up the skeleton dragons, allowing us to win the game. The comeback potential with this deck is limitless. Even when you get a terrible start with them cycling back to guards and not hitting all of the stuff that you should with the arrows, you can still win the game. All right, let's get into it. He's already laughing. Why are you laughing at me, bro? Do you know what we have? Do you know that we got the elite barbarians? Look at their mouth. They're ready to just devour your tower. They're wide open and they're ready for a munch.
I will eat your world.
So the thing is, skeleton army is a phenomenal answer to every single goblin barrel. As you guys are noticing, we only took damage from the ice spirit and we did a 3-for-3 transaction. Now the skeletons would traditionally give us counter pressure, but it does not happen here because he's got a princess. All right, princess is out of cycle. You can probably just go, oh dude, really? I don't think you can do that. Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe we just arrow on top of your goblin gang and win the game. If I had heal spirit, we would have 100% won. No. The e-barbs are still going to give us something, right? Yeah, we got a goblin gang. Could have been better, yes. Still pretty decent. With the goblin gang out of cycle, I can giant graveyard at the river and guarantee a massive amount of damage on the tower. So the only thing that could be bad is if he goes goblin barrel on the other side at the exact same moment. But he has to Inferno Tower here to counter the giant. Without goblin gang, there's no low elixir cost counter that he has to the skeletons that are swarming. He'll log it, and then the skeletons are still swarming the tower. He has to go for like a princess or an ice spirit, and we are up a lot. So overall, that's a 7 elixir investment for him with the log and the Inferno Tower. And we drop a lot more than that. We drop 10, but at the same time, like, you know, we get 1,000 damage on the tower. So I'll take that any day of the week. I'm just going to giant snowball on the tower. Not going to give him any extra value. Without the login cycle, he loses and completely forfeits the skeleton army again. He could princess at the river, but we have musketeers, so I don't think that would be the best decision.
Give me everything.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
I was going to say, why wouldn't you princess at the river to go and snipe the tower? But he dropped her really high up. That man had huge aspirations for that princess. He dropped her and never wanted to have her see another light of the day, guys. She got sacrificed, she got put in a coffin, and she got mailed off to the elixir graveyard. I don't want a graveyard right now because I don't have elixir for the arrows immediately, so I'm just going to let the giant die. I could go in for bats in the back. Maybe he goes in for a goblin gang. Maybe he just goes in for the ice spirit. Whatever it is, I'm just going to snowball on the tower and get that cheeky chip. Every single time you do that, you're donating elixir. You need to go for princesses to be able to snipe it. And he did that time. He learned his lesson, but he didn't drop it in time because the bats were still tanking for the princess. The bats that we cycled in the middle, if anyone remembers those, the ones that I sent off to the wilderness to never be seen again, released them as a Pokemon. They gave us value. He's going to go goblin gang, so we're going to preemptively arrow. And we hit it. We make those plays. We make those predictions out here. We knew that was the only card in his deck that he had to counter it. So he had to drop it. And as a result, we got way more damage than we traditionally would. Because if you wait, then goblins are countering skeletons in all that time that you're waiting. And if you make the prediction and you make the play, you're not going to have any issues. We're just going to snowball that back because, you know, eventually he's going to realize that skeleton army is a really good counter. And skeleton army was cycled on the right-hand side. So we didn't even have it in the card cycle. I don't even know what was going down, but that was really, really good. We can arrow again. He'll have to Valkyrie and then log, but I don't think that's going to be enough. We should just be able to snowball and win the game. GG, well played, and peace out, buddy. It was a pleasure playing against you. That prediction arrows against the Goblin Gang was spicy. Jumping into this game against Self-Made, obviously, I really want him to spam into a skeleton army. I'm just going to give him the thinking emojis until he decides to get the big brain decision to spam stuff into a skeleton army. The bats don't do any damage to my tower. That's what I'm talking about. Wall breakers giving the skeleton army some presence on the map. Oh no, no, no! I did not want to see that card. Out of every card in Clash Royale, that is the one that I hate. Guys, he's getting infinite piggies up in here.
I've got pigs! I hate pigs!
The Mother Witch is going to be the only card that will give us trouble in the entirety of Clash Royale when you run into it. So you have to use your Elite Barbarians wisely, and you can't cycle bats in one lane. You can't even drop Skeleton Army 99% of the time. But with the Mother Witch out of cycle, I'm going to Giant Graveyard and take this opportunity to just try to spam as hard as I can. With the Mother Witch out of cycle, this is our only opportunity to get damage. And unfortunately, I reluctantly cycled bats on defense against the Royal Giant, and he had all the bait cards that I did not want to see, guys. Oh, this is tragic. And I'm going to snowball, but I'm not able to hit everything. So I have the Skeleton Army afterward right into a Mother Witch. This is not good. This is no bueno, dude. Not like this. Oh, my goodness. I think I'm going to lose. I think I'm going to lose. There's a chance I'm able to come back, but this has been terrible. It's been terrifying. All right, if the Mother Witch doesn't turn the Musketeer back into a piggy, there's a will, there's a way, there's a strategy to be made. I will sack one of my towers, and hopefully he tries to defend with all of the crazy cards. Okay, I'm not going to sack the tower because I'll be able to arrows on top of the Skeleton Army and the bats. Hopefully he drops them in quick succession of each other, so I'm able to arrow everything. If he doesn't, I will be one sad panda. Okay, we're going to arrow immediately. He's going to drop bats afterward. I could snowball. No, he doesn't drop bats. He goes in for zappies instead. This is bad. This is bad news bears, guys. Okay, Skeleton Army, I choose you. You are able to shut down the wall breakers. It's weird to see a Mother Witch deck with wall breakers and then also, you know, the fact that the dude has bats and all these other crazy cards. At least we're keeping the Musketeer alive. So he's got bats back in cycle right now. We can bats on top of his bats, maybe. He's got a Fisherman. Yes, his bats are dead. We snowball here. The Fisherman was just whiffed. How did you whiff the Fisherman? How did you whiff the Fisherman? The world may never know, but I am loving it right now. He's going to miner. Dude, you have minor wall breakers? I'm so confused. How many win conditions can you fit in a deck, bro? I've never seen anything like this in my life. This is hilarious. Maybe it's not that funny because we're taking a fat L right now, but I hope that we can find a way back in business. So we're in a snowball. The e-barbs are potentially going to allow us to get through. No more piggies up in here. No more piggies up in here. Giant's not going to be able to take the tower. He's going to RG at the river. Oh, no, dude. I need a Skeleton Army. I don't even think that's going to be able to stop it. We got to go in for a defense against the miner that's coming down. Oh, no. I need to kill the miner. The Musketeer isn't able to stop it in time. That's going to be one more hit or one more small spell and we lose the game. But does he not have a small spell? Does the man not have a small spell? Is there a chance? Is there a strategy? Is there a play? There might be a play if we're just able to stop the piggies and then go for a snowball here. We might have it. We just need skeleton damage. We just need the Skeleton Army to stop the miner. No! That was such a brutal matchup. You can't win them all. We'll bounce on the next one, and hopefully we can assert dominance there. GG and well played to our opponent. That was a really big hard counter to us. All right, so jumping into this one, you guys already know my favorite play of the day is dropping that giant snowball, because then they drop units at the river with their positive elixir trade, and they're like, ha, you wasted 2 elixir. Let me show you my final form, and he goes in for a goblin drill. That's just so weird to see that card. I thought it was dead, guys. I didn't think I would ever see that thing again. It only spawns 2 goblins, and it used to spawn 3. It used to be so scary, and now it's just a shadow of its former self. Anyway, Dark Prince, probably going to be like the... Oh, I thought it was going to be the Bomber Tesla variation with a fast cycle, but it is not. He's running something super spooky out here. I mean, Halloween's coming right around the corner, so it makes sense. As long as the cannon cart falls, we're in a really good spot. I might arrows so then we don't have to respond to the bandit. And the cannon cart decomposes on our opponent's side, so we don't have to respond to it. It's not going to be able to teleport to our side of the map, fortunately for us. And whenever we see like a disadvantage at the start of the game, I get a little bit fired up to come back. Because right now we're down 400 damage on our tower. Maybe we can still make this work if we Elite Barbarians into the Goblin Drill. Exactly what we wanted to see. We're going to hit the Goblin Drill too. Does he get a Goblin spawn on the tower? If you guys didn't know, the Goblin spawn behind the Goblin Drill. So if he drops it in the back, it's way easier to counter instead of dropping it in the front. Because the Goblin gets directly on top of the tower if he drops it in front, which makes it, you know, a bit more scary. Anyway, I'm able to go for bats here. We are able to clamp down on the Dark Prince. It will be a bit more difficult if the cannon cart locks onto our Musketeer, so I'm going to try to prevent that by dropping our Giant. And I could arrows and snowball on top of the Magic Archer here if I want to. I think it's better just to snowball it immediately. Oh, I missed the Inferno Dragon. No. Say it ain't so, Clash Royale.
You had one job to do.
If we had hit that, we would have been thriving. That Inferno Dragon would have got pushed off of the giant. We would have gotten extra hits on the tower, and I would have felt so darn good. But, you know, you got to work with what you got. And unfortunately, not every interaction is going to go your way in Clash Royale. So there's always shoulda, coulda, woulda. That's what I feel 9 times out of 10.
It is what it is.
I don't want a skeleton army too close to the Goblin Drill because the Goblin Drill pops, and when it's dropped on the tower, it does surface area splash damage, and it's really bad if it's also able to hit you. So I'm going to Bats here as well. Maybe he'll go Magic or Archer that I can arrow. If he goes in for the Inferno Dragon, we're definitely going to go for a Snowball. We're going to get that giant hit finally. We're going to get that giant value up in here. And I'm going to Graveyard as well because the Bats are still alive somehow. Wait, the Bats are going to kill the Inferno Dragon. I'm able to finish off the tower. And with 20 seconds remaining, he has to all-in me, but I don't think it's possible. Dude, you just gave up. You said, let me leave this game like class is over.
Just do it!
GG, well played, FP. So I hope you had an amazing day, brother. I hope everyone watching is having a great day. And I'm sorry that we had to make it a little bit worse, brother, by 3-crowding you with giant elite barbarians. But that's just the way that the world works. There's always some toxic deck in Clash Royale, and this is one of the easiest ones that I've played. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the rest of your day.